put on your red Eco Experience shirt. If you forget it, we do have some at the information booth, but I really hope you guys bring your t-shirt. It takes at least half an hour just to park, just to get through traffic and park, and then walk all the way to the Eco Experience. So please take that in consideration. I would say like 50% of my shifts are like late, and it's, you know, it's always because, well, parking. Like, yeah, I know. So try to leave extra early to get here for your shift.
And the bike parking is awesome.
Bike parking.
There's
parking rides going.
Yeah, so there's accessibility brochures on the table over there.
Well, what time do the gates open? 6 a.m.
6 a.m. So you can show up as early as you want. So your lead volunteer will be in a blue shirt like Eric's got on, an MRES logo on it. Find that person. If they aren't there, call me. I'm serious about that. So find them. What they should do is talk to you, find out what your specialty is. As you may have heard from this crowd, a lot of our volunteers have weird little specialties that they're good at, you know, or some of them have broad, expansive knowledge. So your lead, I want them to introduce all of you, get you all in a group and say, huddle up, this is what we're going to do, this is what you do, this is what you like to do, this is what you're good at. If you have questions, send that person there and that person there. And then if you have requests about if you want to be inside or outside, you tell them then. And they should be able to accommodate you. We might need you guys to be flexible, but there's lots of places for people. There's about 3 spots inside and there's 3 spots outside. So just keep that in mind. There's the tiny house, there's PV, there's solar thermal, there's all kinds of things for you guys to sit at. And if you pick one that you really like, then you can go there. And then you can talk about it.
Do we check in with the information desk?
Nope, we're not checking in with the information desk anymore. We're going to check in with the lead, so they should check you off on your thing so I don't call you and yell at you later. And put on a name tag. That's simple enough. So the highlight book is over there. It's white. It says volunteer book. Please don't take it, but there's got rebates in it. It's got the lead volunteer's cell phone numbers, so you can call them if they disappear. It's got my phone number in it. It's got the state of Minnesota's, the people that lead the whole building. If there's an emergency, it's got all those phone numbers in there. And what we want you to talk about in order of importance, and this is kind of what the state of Minnesota, there's our book, thank you. So the state of Minnesota Pollution Control Agency runs the entire Eco Experience. So we have to follow their rules, which means that we talk about renewable energy, number 1. Then we can talk about MRES, what we do, our events, all the things that Eric talked about, and try to get people involved is what we would like to do. And then, thirdly, we talk about our business partners, which is super crucial because that's what pays my salary, that's what pays for all the stuff that we set up, and we need our business partners, so we want to talk about them. They've got valuable services. There's solar installers, manufacturers, businesses. So we want to talk about our solar partners, but we have to prioritize. Let's see. So this book also has frequently asked questions in it. It has our business partners. It's got maps of Minnesota and the solar resources and the wind resources. So there's lots of information here, and if you get bored, you can read through it too. So these are other duties, and I kind of ask my lead volunteers to make sure they're managing this, but sometimes they get busy or they forget. So what we want to do is make sure that the sign-in sheets are being replaced with blank sign-in sheets. They do get filled up pretty quick, so try to put them all in the same spot so we can take those names later and get them on the email list. And we want to make sure there's spaces because otherwise nobody signs up. The solar tour PowerPoint should be running. The password for the computer is corndogs, capital C, $, at the end. We want to make sure the solar partners have their brochures filled up. So check the brochure racks. I'm going to put stickers on there when it's empty so you'll see who belongs. Jerry?
They could have gotten it wrong, but I saw somewhere that this October 1st
my last year's PowerPoint. It's October 6th. So it's the first Saturday in the month. So sorry about that. That'll be plastered everywhere in our booth. So October 6th. Thanks. Good job. Did you catch that thing? Did you?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay, good. So yeah, fill the brochure racks for our partners because they're valuable. Their boxes will be behind the desk. All their boxes are marked so you can pull out their brochures, fill it up for them. They'll be thankful. And then people like to either leave their garbage on our tables or alternatively, companies that did not participate in supporting us will try to put their advertising on our table. So we want to try to be cognizant of who is our partners and whose stuff belongs there and whose doesn't. And if somebody tries to put stuff and say, hey, can I put this here? Say, you need to talk to Laura and you probably have to give us some money or volunteer hours. So, you know, you got to pay to play, right? So our extra special jobs, evening shift, we need one person to do the data entry on the Excel spreadsheet on the corn dog computer. We need somebody to go on the corn dog computer and take our names. It's not easy sometimes to figure out what the names say, but we just do our best. And it's super valuable to me to not have 700 names to enter at the end of the fair. So just one day at a time, that's great. Mastur?
Who does the website? Because for 3 years I have found that this website has so many flaws in it.
Which one, the volunteer website?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. So the volunteer website, it is a paid website. We pay, is the only one we found that gives a nonprofit discount. All the other ones are about $800 a year. So next year we either need to make a decision to pay $800 to get a different website that may or may not be better, I don't know, or keep trying with this one. So sorry about the website. I know it sucked, so we'll try to do better next year. Oh yeah, everybody can call me for 2 weeks and sign up. Okay, so save your lead. This means that some of our leads really like to talk to people. Some of them don't, but they still wind up being forced to for hours at a time. So this means if you've seen, I need the leads to manage you guys. I need the leads to check in with you, make sure you're not dying of heat exhaustion, that you're taking breaks, you get to go to the bathroom, the brochure racks are filled up. And they need to answer questions for people, but an hour is probably too long. So if you've seen your blue-shirted lead talking to somebody for like half an hour, just make up an excuse and say, I need to talk to you, and rescue them.
Last year,
There you go. And some of the leads will ask you to do this, and maybe some of them won't, but I want them to be moving around. I need them to be inside, outside, checking things, moving around. So you guys can help me help them. So the important takeaways here are to get people on the email list. We want to keep them engaged in the solar society we have going on here. Get them invited to events. So get them on the email list if they're comfortable with that. We've had a problem with people leaving before 9 p.m. The state of Minnesota gets upset with me when everything's empty at 8:45. So I really need you guys on the evening shift to stay until 9 and then you can leave. I know it's not busy, but the state of Minnesota comes down on me. And the last thing is the outdoor toys get stolen. They get stolen very quickly and very easily. So if you are at the solar trailer outside with a table full of toys and you have to go to the bathroom, you better hope your lead isn't inside talking to somebody for an hour because I really need you to stay with those toys. So wave somebody down. We try to have 2 people at the solar toy table so people can take breaks, but you might get stuck, and just try to wave somebody down, but don't leave the toys alone or they'll disappear. We lose at least 1 or 2 a year, so it's not fun. That's it.